Third episode of Paper Eyes Podcast. My buddy Joel Tovar. What's up, man?
What's going on, man?
How's it going? Dude, we're talking about how when we're just chilling and then once you push record, you know you're on camera, everything changes. Like right now, I'm nervous.
We're having so much fun, and then the fun just turned off.
We're going to use all the clips behind the scenes, and it's going to be the best part of the podcast.
We spent 20 minutes laughing, having fun.
We had a podcast.
That could have been your podcast.
We had a podcast before the podcast.
The pre-podcast.
Yeah, we were talking about the cup. This guy hooked me up with the Paper Eyes cup, dude. This is badass. So, I don't know if you want to shout out whoever made it.
Yeah, I made that shit. No.
Today's
episode is sponsored by Remember Me Crafts.
There you go, Remember Me. I had the name wrong earlier.
It took me 20 minutes to remember it.
Sorry about that. I was promoting a different company. I'm going to get sued. I was promoting someone else.
No, my wife made that, actually.
So if you guys want to check her out, we'll put the link in the description.
Yeah, Remember Me Crafts. Yeah. I have a feeling she's like, that's not even my name. That's not even my company.
We got it wrong a couple of times before we started. Yeah.
But, no, yeah, she makes whatever you want. She made the shirt. No, she didn't make the shirt. No, yeah, so she makes shirts. She customizes stuff. I gave that, to you.
She makes food, too, huh?
She makes food, too, yeah.
I ordered a bunch of stuff.
She makes a good sopita.
I ordered stuff from her business on Thanksgiving. I ordered a bunch of
oh, that's right.
The banana bread and the cornbread, and then ordered other stuff too, keychains and everything. Damn, she was behind all my Christmas gifts this year, dude. She's gonna do my shopping from now on.
That's the only time she's busy is during Christmas time. During Christmas time, I stay home and I watch the kids.
I felt like I'm gonna save a lot of money, and I ended up spending more than I usually. No, I'm joking. She'll hook you guys up.
She's expensive.
She's like, joking. I'm not hooking nobody up. You didn't work today, dude. So
no.
How does it feel having a day off on Mondays?
Oh man, it feels so great to be away from the kids right now.
Honestly, I can't do days off during the week because. Like my days off are during the weekend, and when I have days off during the week, like everyone else is busy, and even though like you have to remind yourself you have a job, you just feel lazy as fuck. You just feel lazy as heck, knowing everyone's doing something. You know what I mean? And you're just out, trying to find something to do. Well, it depends on what you do on your day off.
It's kind of people think it's weird to have Monday as a day off, but I love Monday as a day off because I can go to the bank. I mean, I never do. But I can go to the bank if I choose to. I can go to the courthouse if I want to.
Go to the gym. I never do. You can go to... Yeah, I know what you mean.
But I just like to tell people that. Like, yeah, I can go to the bank if I want.
So this episode, what we're going to do, we had it all planned out. I mean, we can still head there. We can have a... So me and this guy, our big thing we always do when we get together, we end up talking about, like... the weird and the strange and conspiracies, and I hit him up a week ago, and I was like, we should do an episode of, dude, how bad are my glasses fogging up? Can you see them? Oh, we always talk about like weird stuff because I was talking about you. Well, you're a big Netflix guy.
I'm not.
No,
that's a lie.
Well, you watch more comedy on Netflix.
I do. Well, no, I don't. I just started watching like movies, just anything, because. I hate to say I'm busy. I am busy, but I'm not busy. Yeah. Like, I'm just working a lot. Sometimes I work on my day off, so I work 6 days. So Sunday's my day off, and then my whole Sunday's filled. But I've started taking Mondays off, but it's just I don't watch movies a lot. But like I started watching movies a lot. I started watching crime movies. I like crime movies. I barely started. I barely watched the Justice League. Everybody was saying that that was pretty good. But I was talking about the first Justice League. That's the one I barely started watching.
So I thought the movie was a completely... Honestly, I thought it was Justice League 2. I was telling everyone at work, I was like, hey, you guys ready for Justice League 2? They're releasing it on HBO Max. And I find out it was just a Snyder Cut edition. So
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, I felt... It's not part 2. It's... So Zack Snyder released a 4-hour... So basically, the original movie he had, Paramount basically chopped it up and kind of released what they wanted to. So Zack Snyder went in and I guess all the stuff he had filmed before. It's basically the Snyder Cut. It's what he wanted to release in the beginning. Oh, wow. So if you haven't seen it, it's pretty good. It's 4 hours long, so if you have that much time to waste, which I guess I did, I sat after work, I rushed over here, and I
have to take a couple breaks in between.
I got up, went go get something to eat, came back.
It's like watching 3 movies. Right?
It is, dude. Jeez. It's funny when it's a good movie, like Titanic. How many times I've seen Titanic and it's a 3 or 4 hour movie?
That's a great movie.
I've seen that movie way too many times than I'm supposed to. That means I've wasted a lot of time on the same movie.
I love the part where she gets nude. No, I'm kidding. No.
But on the Zack Snyder, yeah, dude. Damn, that threw me off.
I can't stop thinking about that.
I have to change my settings now to adults only. No. Yeah, but the Zack Snyder, they had a Joker scene. That's what everybody was waiting for. Mm-hmm. So I waited so long just to see the Joker scene, and it was like only like 5 minutes. So it was. I mean, it's worth it. It depends how big of a fan you are. And so the big deal with Jared Leto is because they said he wasn't like gonna be. They hyped him up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Especially in the first was it Suicide Squad?
I mean, this was my opinion. I did not like him.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to be amazing. I did not like him.
And that's what they do. They hype you up in the trailers.
Yeah, the trailers.
Yeah. But I thought he was going to redeem himself.
I hate when they actually, like in some movies, they show like a certain part of the trailer, like of a certain actor. Yeah. And the actor dies like in 5 minutes of the movie. And you thought he was going to be in the whole movie. Like.
They literally showed his only scene in the trailer. That was the only scene. It was a 3-minute trailer, and he was only in the movie for about 2 minutes. So. No, I thought he was gonna redeem himself in the new one, and it was like a post-credit scene. So, it really had nothing to do, I guess you can say, with the original movie. I guess they were trying to set it up for Justice League 2, but so we'll see what happens with that. But no, yeah, I'm a big. You were talking about crime. What do you like, documentaries or crime movies?
Both. I like watching like crime movies, crime documentaries. Just honestly, whatever I could watch. I used to be a big comedy fan. I love comedy. You know what? That's what popped into my head right now. Remember that one time you spent the night at my house and we were gonna watch Insidious? Oh yeah. It was like late at night. We were like, dude, let's watch this movie. And just literally, not even the movie started. The scenes, the intro started, and like the music. And we looked at each other. We're like, "You want to put something else on?"
This guy turned his head, went to sleep, and I literally stayed up. I was on the floor watching the movie. No, but check this out. So I fall asleep. I guess we fall asleep with the movie on, right? And this was like years ago. This guy was still living with his parents, and we were like 19, 20. And I hear. It wasn't even us yet. We were way older than that.
Yeah, this was years ago. It was like 2 years ago.
It was like 2 years ago. I'm on 29, sleeping on the floor.
Yo, weren't you still married then? My wife was right next to me. I'm telling my kids, shh.
So this guy's mom walks out to turn off the TV, and I wake up. I don't have my glasses on, so all I see is this blurry a girl in a white gown, and I start screaming, "I'm sorry, I don't know what I was saying." I was like half asleep, and she's like, it's me," and I was like, oh, it was embarrassing, dude. But she scared the crap out of me, and we always make fun of that.
But yeah, no, I used to love watching like horror movies, and my favorite movies are like comedy movies. Yeah. I love watching comedy. I can rewatch the same movie. But I started getting into like crime movies because I started listening to like crime podcasts.
Yeah.
Excuse me. And but I started kind of getting into like documentaries because I used to watch documentaries, but now I'm still kind of going back there. It's just I don't know, but
it's crazy how that took over. Like honestly, I watch more documentaries.
Yeah,
that's what I try to look for when I watch TV. It's either if it's on YouTube or Hulu or whatever. But I kind of search for that.
What do you recommend?
No, well, that's what I was going to talk about on Netflix. Is it Netflix or Hulu? They released a documentary I was telling you about, Murder of a Mormon. We were talking about it the other day. If you haven't seen this documentary, it's tripped out, especially if you're a Mormon, I guess. So basically, this guy, his name's Mark Hoffman, and he's an antique dealer. And I don't want to give spoiler alerts, but he's an antique dealer. And I guess he found like the original... I guess manuscripts of like Joseph Smith, that what their whole religion's based on, and he sold them. So he started selling them, and he was getting money for them. And this guy starts coming up with all these antique like manuscripts, right? He was getting, and not just Mormon stuff. This guy started coming up on like Abraham Lincoln, like articles or whatever they call them that they had back then. He just had rare stuff, and he was coming across, and people thought it was kind of like kind of weird, but you got to watch the documentary. There ends up being like this whole. Let's just say that there's no way he could have came up on all that stuff. So it gets fishy. They start investigating. The FBI gets involved. And I don't know if I should tell the ending. Should I? Are you ever gonna watch it? I don't know who's watching.
Probably not. No.
Anyways,
no,
it's a good documentary. You gotta watch it, but it trips me out because. So I mean, imagine, like us. We go to church and stuff like that. And, I mean,
You
anyways,
go to church. No.
Imagine finding out like.
Well, yes, we go to church.
Imagine finding out like everything like you kind of believed in was kind of basically a lie. Those manuscripts he found and stuff, they were kind of made. Well, basically he made a lot of this stuff up. So they're called the Salamander letters. So he basically, this guy was an expert in making like fraud manuscripts, and he had been doing it since he was a kid. He started off doing fraud coins. And that was literally his hobby. And he started off like 15, 16 years old. He would make these coins. And he was like so smart that he would use certain ways of making them look old. And then he would sell them to antique dealers. And he'd get money. So it just, from there, it grew like his criminal life, I guess. Yeah. And he just grew and grew and grew. His criminal career, yeah. And no, it's a good documentary.
What was it called again?
So I think it's Murder of a Mormon or Murder of a Mormon or something like that. Okay. But you gotta check it out. I think it might be on Netflix or YouTube. You gotta check it out.
We try to watch movies, me and my wife, and as soon as the credits start,
and you have kids too, huh?
I tell you, they're 10 months apart. I swear, they're watching two kids during the day. It's like the hardest thing to do. I mean, that's what my wife says. I don't know. I work. I don't know.
She watches them when I'm at work.
She watches them
on my day off.
I actually work. I don't know what she does during the day. No, I'm kidding.
What else? What other Netflix documentaries? Oh, that one that just came out too, the Cecil Hotel. That was the one we were talking about with the Lisa Lynn.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Dude, that one was a good one too. Yeah. They go into the whole. I'm talking about Lisa Lynn.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you guys haven't seen it, you guys check it out too. It's you guys probably seen the videos. They went viral of the lady in LA where she was like this young college student. She was on vacation and there's video of her getting stuck in the elevator when she was like talking to herself. So they don't know if she ended up being found in the water tank inside the hotel. And there's things you watch the documentary. These things you didn't even know. People were drinking the water. So that's how they found out there was something wrong. That there was something wrong with the water tanks because guests were opening their sinks and like the water was yellow, and they were drinking it like maybe for 2 weeks. And finally they complained to the staff, and the janitor maintenance went up to.
It took him 2 weeks to complain.
2 weeks. 2 weeks to complain.
I would have seen it yellow, and I'm like, "What the hell is this?"
And they were drinking it, dude. This is in documentary, and the guy goes up and he goes to check the water tank. The top's open, and there's a dead body floating in there. Ugh. So till this day, like, I mean, if you watch the documentary, they don't understand how she got in there. Someone put her in there, like. So you find out more about it. If you watch the documentary, you find out like they believe it might have been self-harm. Like she might have like got herself up there. She struggled with like depression and stuff like that. So it's pretty crazy, dude. If you watch it, there was a bunch of people who were accused of the murder. They interviewed like a couple guys who were suspects, and these dudes were like.
It probably would have taken me more than 3 weeks. I would have drank it. And... it was not too bad.
I didn't know they have beers in the. You haven't seen any documentaries or anything?
The last one I seen was the Long Shot. I don't know if you've seen that one. So
sounds familiar.
This guy gets accused of murder, and so he claims he was at the Dodgers game.
Oh, that's right.
Have you seen that?
I have seen it.
It's really short. It's like 40 minutes long, but it was really good.
Dude, imagine if that wouldn't have. Yeah, that's right. They were filming a TV show. With, what's his name?
I don't know his name, but that show is called Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Yeah,
I believe so.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I don't want to kind of like ruin it.
I already ruined 2 documentaries, so here you're gonna just put spoiler alert all over the thumbnails.
It's not even conspiracy theory. It's spoiler alerts.
Don't watch
Justice League.
Don't watch Justice League. Don't watch the first one, dude. We already gave all the spoilers out.
No, but it was really good. That lawyer gets to work and he has to find the evidence to kind of like set him free.
What's crazy is though, like imagine if that wouldn't have happened. Like what a coincidence on that day, and that's what they talk about in the documentary. Like what a coincidence on that day. Like if they wouldn't have been filming, it would have been done. Like he was arrested and he was charged and everything.
If I were in his shoes, I would have been in jail right now. That stuff never happens to me.
First of all, I don't watch baseball, so
if I would have told them I was at a Dodgers game, they would have been like, "Yeah, you're lying. You're a liar." And I'm like, "Dang it, you caught me."
Were there any boxing?
I'm a liar.
Were there any boxing fights that day? I can lie and say I was there. I'm trying to crop myself in there. No, the dude got lucky, dude, and his daughter testified, and they didn't believe her. And who's the guy who was the star of the show of that Curb Your Enthusiasm?
I have no idea what his name is. I know how he looks like.
It's funny towards the end.
Older, skinny white guy.
Yeah. I forgot what his name is. Towards the end, he says that every time they bring that story up, that he says he saved a man's life.
Yeah.
So that's what his career came to. He's like, yeah, man. He goes, I help a guy get out of prison. Like that's what he's known for now. But yeah, it was a good documentary. There's a bunch of documentaries coming out on both on Hulu. There's one that just came out called I don't know if you guys seen it, Persona. It's about.
I heard of it.
Yeah, no, it's about basically this whole. I guess there's a whole viral thing going around of people. These personality tests. I guess that people are taking serious. Mm-hmm. I guess it's a big market for personality tests, but they made a whole documentary on it. But it's pretty interesting. And then, what's the one that recently came out that it was a big deal? They were talking about like a social media.
The social networking.
The social network.
Something like that.
No, that's a Facebook movie. That's the wrong one. That's the social network. I forgot what it's called.
The social dilemma. Something like that. I think
it's called the social
something
dilemma.
Like that.
Yeah. No, yeah. I don't understand what that whole movie was about. They were saying how now people can get into our. Like, you know what I mean? Like, basically...
Your information.
Yeah, they know exactly what we're doing all the time. I'm like, dude, they've been knowing what we've been doing.
I cannot watch porn anymore.
They've been knowing what's on here. Dude, if you're smart, just don't sign into your Google account.
Yeah. Just do not watch porn.
Yeah, dude, but...
People are going to know you like feet fetish.
While watching all their, like, overweight women.
Don't you have that on your screen right now?
It's all glowing off. It's all the
I can see it off your glasses.
I'm all acting like I'm watching something. I'm just watching my other podcast.
Yeah, so what's the next topic? And I just see a Bigfoot.
No, I was on here because we were talking about yesterday, like ideas, because we were talking about like conspiracies.
Mm-hmm.
Because you had asked me a question, which conspiracy you thought, if I had to choose, if I could pick a conspiracy or something which was a pretty good question, like I wish could happen or what's true. And
no. So I asked if there's one conspiracy theory that would be revealed to you.
Yeah.
That you can know every detail. What would it be?
It'd be Roswell.
Really?
Yeah, because that changed everything. And I've been obsessed. Honestly, I even at Fresno City, we used to go to college and we never graduated. But at that time, I was going to Fresno City. In my speech class, I had a presentation, and I actually did one of my presentation on Roswell.
Oh wow!
I've been obsessed with we all, all of us. We always talk about aliens and extraterrestrial and stuff like that. Dude, if you're into that stuff, there's a page on Instagram. Check it out. It's called Silver One. And this guy, he doesn't just post stuff like that. He posts his things about, honestly, he gives out more news than the actual news. The stuff that's going on around the world, like natural disasters or like crimes, shootings, and stuff like that. But if you go to his page, this guy uploads videos that people send him, and like they're legit videos of like stuff you see in the sky, and they're just getting frequent. Every single day, he's uploading new video, and they're getting more clear, because the phones are getting better. And it's like, you can tell this stuff ain't Photoshop. You know what I mean?
Have you ever seen something, have you ever walked out at night, seen something up in the sky? And you're like, what the heck is that?
I have.
I seen it one time. So I seen this light. It's just like I don't know. It wasn't even a light. It was just like a bright spot and I didn't think nothing of it. I just looked at it. I'm like, like what? Like that's weird because it looks like something should be shining right there.
Yeah.
And I didn't think anything of it. And then later on, I seen people kind of posting like, "Oh, like have you guys seen this?" And it kind of went viral.
Yeah.
And I don't know what that was. But apparently it was like a.
Most of the time they're like rockets.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It was like a rocket.
I remember a while back. When I was younger, it was all over the news. It was like a green like mist in the sky. It was real big, and we found out it was a rocket. Well, that's what they said.
I tried recording it off my phone, but I think back then I had to like I don't know
with a razor. You flipped it
open. I had a flip phone. It's just complete darkness.
You flipped it to the side,
anything.
and you're like, "No, that'll never catch on." That'll never catch on.
Back then, the flip phone the screen didn't flip to the side.
So we had to upload it. You had to crop it. You had to move it this way. Now, speaking of the Roswell too, have you seen the documentary on what's it called? I'm losing it right now. It just came out. What's his name? I don't know what his name is. They just came out a documentary of the guy who used to work at Area 51. It's called Unacknowledged. There we go, and it's about
I don't think so. I'm
losing it right now. If we had a fact checker, well, we don't have one. Anyways, you check that out, Unacknowledged.
Somebody back there.
And let's see who it's about.
No, we don't have nobody back here. The cameras are just switching themselves.
Dude, the guy who they do the documentary on. Let me see. Bob Lazar. There we go.
Okay.
Bob Lazar. So Bob Lazar worked at Area 51 back in the 80s. And basically he came out with information, and he basically Area 51, like they found out like he was releasing information and stuff like that. So he told his friends where to go. They met up in Nevada, and they were basically like where Area 51's at. There's like this mountain where you can kind of see everything. It's like a testing site. Mm-hmm. So he brought his friends over, and they got caught. Dude ends up getting fired, but he ends up releasing all this information, like, because he worked there, right? He worked on reverse engineering. So it kind of sounds like a bunch of bullcrap, right? So, he's been on a bunch of podcasts. He came out with the documentary. But he starts getting into his story, like, there's just things that don't make, like, he couldn't have made up. So, like, in the 80s, he talked about an element called I'm not even sure what it's called. Let me see. I'd have to look it up. But anyways, like 15 years later, 20 years later, the element existed. Yeah. So like there's stuff like that they couldn't lie about, you know what I'm saying? And during his documentary, he was raided. Like the FBI raided him, and they were like, why is he being raided? Like, so things didn't really catch on and stuff like that. But he literally goes into how the UFOs work. Basically, he's saying that it was a spaceship they found that was buried, like in Egypt or something like that. Okay. They recovered it, and they reverse engineered it, and basically that's the whole documentary as well. But it gets into more detail like that, but that's pretty cool. Anyways, yeah, Roswell would be my thing. What would be yours?
Man, that's kind of hard. Honestly, like it had to be a good one. Like I don't want to pick like I think that earlier we were talking about not Little Caesars pizza. I don't want to pick that, and it's like, no, it's not fake. And I was like, I don't know. It's just, Chuck E. Cheese. There it is.
Yeah, that one went viral a while back. It was the fake.
It has to be something really good, because I don't know. It's kind of hard. Like, even if I pick like JFK, like I really want to know like the JFK stuff. Yeah. And I just feel like somebody's gonna be like, no, this guy shot him. And I'm just be like, I wasted my one conspiracy theory on this stupid one, and that guy didn't really.
Conspiracy, it was him.
Yeah,
dude, that would suck.
But no, it's just like, But not only that, I would want to know the whole details, like why they did it, how they did it.
Yeah, JFK, that was. Come on, man, there's so much evidence to show that it was one shooter. Like 5 different bullets, and they're like, no, it was one guy who ricocheted off of 3 bodies, the car, it went around and came back and shot him in the head. It's like, makes no sense.
I see one documentary where they were saying that the I don't know if you ever seen it, but the shooter, I mean not the shooter, the passenger that was sitting in front of the car, like he's the one that shot him, and like they kind of zoom in on him, and he kind of goes like this, and he puts his arm, and it looks like he's kind of shitting at him.
Oh, I have to check that out.
And I'm just like, Oh man, like I don't know. It's just so hard, like to kind of. Like...
No, I think it was a setup with what's the killer's name? Oswald.
Yeah.
Something Lee Oswald. I forgot what his name is, but yeah, it had to have been a setup. I mean, for example, the bullet they recovered.
Mm-hmm.
Because you watch it like different podcasts and I've seen different documentaries about like the bullet, how it was perfectly intact. Like if you were to shoot a bullet, even if you were to shoot a bullet at anything like not so soft, I guess, or whatever, it'd still be impacted. It would still be messed up basically. And this thing supposedly went through 2 bodies or 3 bodies actually. No, 2 bodies. The president's and then the passenger in front of him. Yeah. And it was perfectly intact. Yeah. There was nothing wrong with it.
So. I think the one I want to know was Epstein. I just want to know,
dude. We know he did it.
I just want to know. I
need more proof. saw pictures with him with underage. Come on.
I just want to know why, like, the cameras were off.
Have you seen his documentary? What's it called? Dude, I need to start doing other stuff besides watching documentaries.
You need to research more before you start these podcasts.
Maybe I should take this time and go to school.
Maybe you should take this podcast more serious.
I'm not trying to come up with podcast ideas.
Come back.
No, but yeah, it's called Filthy Rich, I believe. I think there's 2 documentaries, but what's tripped out is like no one knows where this guy's money came from. Like he just became rich. Like it's weird. Like it makes no sense.
That's what it was.
That's what I'm saying. So that's where the conspiracy comes in. Yeah. The conspiracy comes in that he basically was blackmailing all these people. You know, all these higher people.
Do you believe he was a pedophile? You believe he was doing all this stuff?
Proof,
yeah. I don't know. I believe all that. Like I don't know. It's just crazy.
Oh, you're talking about like you believe there's like an elite like ring and all that stuff. I mean, I believe there's something out. Like, I believe there's something. Of course, it's true because he had all these people on his island and stuff like that. But when they start throwing certain people in, like Ellen DeGeneres,
that's true.
You know what I mean? It's like, dude, leave her alone, bro. It's like, what does she have to do with anything?
Oh, you know what? So, okay, talking about like celebrities. So I seen this one about I mean, it was a while about like Kanye, and about how he presented his baby at the time. Was it Northwest?
Oh, he has like 3 now. So north,
I
south,
just know
east,
the first one.
So north, south, east, west.
But how he presented the first one, and they said that was like the
like a sacrifice.
No. What's the?
I have no idea.
Christ, I'm just reading.
You know what's
like the beast, the beast of the end time.
Oh, okay, I get what you mean. Yeah.
So, but anyways, they said it was some kind of like like sacrifice or something. Yeah. And I was thinking like, so he's now like Christian. Yeah. You know what I mean? He's now like having church services. And I was thinking back then, like I kind of believed it. So if it was true, don't you think like now like he'd be exposing it? Like he'd be like, oh, I'm in the Illuminati and they're corrupt. Like, you know what I mean? Because I listened to his his services and like his interviews, and he seems legit, like a legit Christian.
I honestly, back then, I didn't believe he was legit. When you drop a whole Christian album and you're Kanye West, and you don't care what people are gonna say, you're legit. It's like, and what I like about it is, like, he talks about his faith. He's open about it. Like when he's on interviews, he mentions Christ. Yeah. He mentions, so a lot of people when they talk about their faith, they'll beat around the bush. They won't mention Jesus. They won't mention Christ.
Yeah. I was just gonna say that. So, the thing about him, his saying is like Jesus is Lord. Yeah. So he's putting the name of Jesus out there. So
I mean, we grew up. Bieber, remember the other day? Like he's the same thing. He's a Christian, and he just released this song.
That's another one too. Oh man,
what's the song called? It's like the lyrics start off with like, I'm buying weed in California with these bitches. I'm like, what the heck? And then literally on his next post, he's like, I went to church today. I told Jesus Christ with all my heart. And I'm like,
how
what
great. He doesn't come from.
But Kanye West is, I think he's legit. I mean,
no, yeah. But it just trips me out how like people think he was like in the Illuminati, and at the time I believed it, but now I don't know. It's just
when someone like that's so powerful. I mean, it's hard. Like,
I didn't know. Did you know he was like one of the richest black billionaires?
Yeah, he just became. I thought it was Does it Dr. Dre? Didn't he become a billionaire for selling beats? But I guess
Yeah, Dre. Yeah.
So now I guess it's Kanye West. So Kanye West his net worth is worth like $3 billion.
Billions. I didn't know that. I didn't know he was in the billions.
Yeah, his clothing line.
Yeah, and well, I mean, I'm pretty sure his shoes.
Yeah, Well, I'm saying his clothing line, his shoes, and everything else like that. I mean, his music too. Kanye West was around when CDs were still around, so I'm pretty sure he has all that. It's funny because people they look at Kanye like he's crazy, and when you watch like the stuff we watch, the interviews, I'm like, dude, is this guy low key a genius? Like,
you know what? I mean?
Like his whole Payless idea.
I've seen this. It's not real. It's like an interview, but it was like a podcast of Candace Owens. Like, I mean, a lot of people hate her. She's like in politics, but she talks about how she spoke to Kanye West, and she's like, "This guy's a genius." People think he's crazy because just the way he talks. Yeah. But this guy's a genius. Like,
his thoughts are
he can't get his like his main like what he's trying to talk about. He can't get it out to like people.
He can't get his point across.
Yeah, but he's genius.
No, yeah, I believe it. I've seen his interview with Joe Rogan. Mm-hmm. Dude, this guy, and even Joe Rogan says he's like, I don't know if this guy's a genius or if this guy is crazy because he makes a lot of good points and stuff like that. And like I was saying, the whole Payless deal, like he's like, why couldn't Yeezy create a shoe line that was affordable? Because when I was young, I couldn't afford these things. And why couldn't and I don't know if it was his company or Payless. Someone basically was like, no, we're not doing it. They wanted to keep Yeezy like an elite, something like Supreme or something big, like these huge clothing lines. So I don't know. I think he's smarter than we think he is.
Oh,
and now that he's divorcing Kim, that was the smartest.
Is he really? Is he
the smartest move of them all?
Is he really like for sure? I heard he's not. But then I heard from like other outlets like it's just that's not true.
I think it might be true.
It's so hard to believe like certain websites, certain like companies. It's hard to believe like who's telling you the truth.
You ever been to Snopes.com? It's a fact check everything.
Oh. Yeah,
if you ever want to see something or see if something's real or not, just go to Snopes.
Fact checks everything.
Yeah, Snopes. I want to shout them out. No, what else? So, speaking of conspiracies, let me see. What were we talking about before that?
I don't
UFOs. How do we get into talking about?
So what I wanted to ask you: do you believe like lizard people? Do you believe that?
Man, that's just an editing thing, bro. It's just those videos glitching. We probably turned into reptiles a couple of times during this documentary.
Because I see the Justin Bieber one where somebody's recording off their phone from the TV. And it's like you see the eyes, and that's what got me. I'm like, is it real? Like, oh man. But again, like I said, Justin Bieber was the one that went to church, and I mean, I don't know. I don't know if he's being real.
I mean,
we got a lot of these
fake
people. I don't know.
I believe he loves God. I mean, you know what I'm saying? But
which God though? God.
Hopefully, it's the God of the Bible. I mean, man.
There's different gods, man.
Look who his mentor. Look who his mentor was. His mentor, his pastor. What was his name? The guy from Hillsong.
Oh yeah. Oh man, that's hard, man.
He just got into a whole thing too, right? He was.
Everybody falls short, man. I don't know.
You're already defending him and haven't even said what he's done.
I don't like Hillsong, but at the same time, like it's just I don't know.
Why do people hate on Hillsong so much?
I don't know. I just don't like.
They're gonna hate on a church. Hate on Bethel.
I don't like Bethel. The only two I don't like is Hillsong and Bethel.
Nah, they're cool, man. I don't
because
it's the same thing. People are gonna always.
I'm so in tune with the Holy Spirit. Hold on. I'm so in tune with the Holy Spirit that I know they're fake.
I'm gonna just clip all this stuff out. No, I'm just joking. No, but I think people look too much into like to me when I hear Hillsong and I hear Bethel is like it's you can't say it's the way you interpret the music, but I kind of look at it that way. When I listen to a song. Which is not just Christian music, any music. Someone's going to listen to something, you're going to interpret whatever you're listening to in a way where it's kind of, how do you say, like, where it kind of resembles your life, where, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's something you can relate to. So, same thing with Christian, with Bethel and all those songs, like, what's the other one? Revolution, what was the other one? I think Evolution, something like that. Is it Evolution? What was the other one, Nate? The other Christian band?
Elevation.
Elevation, there you go.
Who's Nate?
Nate's the guy behind the scenes.
There he is.
It's the same way, you know what I mean? Like, you just interpret the lyrics the way you want, and if you see them a certain way, then you see them a certain way. But I don't think they're all. Beto's a little fishy. Okay,
Beth's
I don't know
satanic.
No. Yeah, no, exactly. I don't know about no tarot reading cards.
You know what got me about
dancers.
Hillsong was that song Peace. Have you ever seen the music video to that?
I'm not gonna lie, I don't listen to that much. I know like 3 songs, but those 3 songs I listen to, they're pretty awesome.
It's just so hard when somebody says Hillsong because there's like 50 different Hillsongs.
For real.
Hillsong Youth, Hillsong
United, Hillsong Australia. Well, I think that's the same one.
Yeah.
But
so when I say like, have you heard the Hillsong new song or what Hillsong?
Hillsong New York, Hillsong LA. Yeah,
no, but there's this song. I think it was called Peace. And it's just that looks creepy as heck.
It to me.
They actually deleted the original music video.
Yeah.
You can still find it on YouTube, but it's like a remix or something like that.
They're all
it's like they have white veils over them,
yeah.
and she grabs her crown, and they look like witch hands.
Yeah.
They look weird. I don't know. That kind of got me. I was like, what was that all about? It was like a red.
Yeah,
like
that's true.
they were all dressed in white and like the red. I don't know. I mean,
maybe it's a way to grab. Nah, I don't know why they do stuff like that.
I
Stuff
think
like
they're
that's
part of the Illuminati. No,
you know, deep. It's like dude, they're Satan worshipers. They're not even Christians.
I saw this conspiracy theory documentary about Hillsong.
I don't know, man. I don't think they're like a lot of these artists when they give these performances. Like they're always gonna. Fans are always gonna find something. You know what I mean? Like a while back, Black Horse, Katy Perry, when she did that performance, I think it was at the Super Bowl or something like that. Like. I mean, I guess it is part of the Illuminati. And even her, she started off as a Christian artist too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, do you believe she's part of like the Illuminati?
Well, the thing is, you gotta ask me: do I believe in Illuminati?
Do you believe in Illuminati?
I mean, historically they exist. I mean, they existed. So I don't know if they're around now, but if you do research and all that stuff, there was, Illuminati, Enlightenment. It was like a whole Catholic thing, and they were like against, basically at their time, they were like an anarchy group.
Mm-hmm.
They were. I don't know if it's same thing with Freemasons. People say is Freemasonry still around?
That's what I was just gonna say. So we grew up Christians, and so I believe it's like I don't know. To me, it's just the same thing. Like Illuminati, the Freemasons, it's all like satanic stuff. That's what I believe. I mean, people can believe whatever they want, but I believe it's all satanic stuff. So to me, it just all falls under the same category.
So it's hard to believe. I mean, it's hard to like understand or like whatever because like a lot of the Freemasons, like George Washington, all those guys, like Benjamin Franklin, whatever. They wrote the Bible, and in the Bible, they wrote the Bible. They wrote the what is it? The Declaration of Independence, and all that is.
They wrote the book.
All they do is
Genesis.
You ever heard the Book of Franklin?
It's a great book. I live by that book.
And the Book of Washington. No, it's all Bible stuff. Like, how could they have been Illuminati? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's all. Yeah. I don't know, but like I said, Illuminati did exist. Is it around now? I don't know.
Oh man,
like that's what sucks now. As being these artists nowadays is like, you become successful. It's like, oh, this guy.
It's hard because you can watch documentary and they can make you feel, or they can make you think like, oh, the Illuminati does exist, and you watch like the opposite of that documentary. And it's like, well, maybe they don't exist. I don't know. It's like, yeah, it's just so hard. I don't know. It's hard. That's why I had asked you, like, what's like one conspiracy theory that you would want to be revealed?
Yeah.
Because like it's just I don't know. It's hard.
I think Roswell for me would be, dude. What greater surprise or whatever you want to call it? I mean, that would affect everything if there was life on other planets. I mean, even as a religious person or a Christian, you know what I'm saying? Like, what does that do to your religion or your faith? The Bible says there was Adam and there was Eve. You know what I'm saying? Now there's life on other planets. Does that change that? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know who told me one time. Like, what if other planets had Adam and Eve's and we're the ones who got it wrong, and there's other planets who got it right?
Well, that's not true. That's not true.
But I'm saying, like, we're talking about conspiracies, brother.
No. So if you're a Christian, that's not true because the Bible says in the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. It's not. He didn't say earth. You know what I mean? So there's one earth where there's.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So imagine if aliens did exist. Then what would that do to your faith? If the Bible said that and now the aliens exist, was the Bible fake?
Oh.
That's what I'm saying.
Fuck me up, man.
So that's why I would want to know. I think it's something that would change. Like they always say, like in movies, it would change everything that we know about life as we know it, or whatever, history as we know it. You know what I'm saying? That's like every alien movie says that. But
it is what it is.
But these artists, like I said, becoming successful nowadays, it's like you can't become successful because you're a sellout. You know what I mean? And we would talk about that when we were younger, because it's like you're not a sellout. That's what you work for. You know what I mean? Imagine your whole life you sing or whatever you do. You know, your talent, whatever. You grind, and then you finally get some kind of success, and people, you sold out. Like, no, this was what I was trying to do this whole time. You know what I mean?
So do you remember when we were in a band? There was this.
I was never in a band.
Okay, I was just gonna say.
I wasn't in the pictures.
People would be like, "I never seen him in the picture."
No, but that was
no. So what I was to say, there was this one person. I don't want to put like names out there, but there's this one person that had told us.
I thought you were gonna say their name. I was like, I don't want to put their name out there.
Right here. No, it's just,
I don't want to say their name, Nate. But I'm just kidding.
No, but there's this one person that had said, like, you guys are sellouts when we first started, and I was like, are we really? Nobody even knows we exist. Dude, are we sellouts?
It's the same thing, like with the podcast. Like, no one's gonna watch this. It's like
I said she, and I already gave up.
I already know you're. I
mean, she, he. If I say she, like, it could be he, because now they say like, we're transvestite.
I don't want to get into that. But yeah, I know what you're talking about. Like Nirvana. Nirvana's a perfect example. Mm-hmm. You know, they started off independent or whatever, and then they gained success, and then they're sellouts. Some people thought they were sellouts. But I don't see it as selling out. I see it as success. You know
that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. To me, it's like it's not that it's about money, but it's like I want people to know our music. You know, I want to get out there. You know what I mean? And it's just like, so when we were in a band, like, I mean, you were in a barn, even though you were in the pictures. People aren't going to believe you.
I'm going to go in my closet and I'm going to dig those pictures out.
Pause right there on that.
Well, can you edit stuff later?
I don't want to bring that up, but how did that feel like back then? Like, oh, man.
The pictures?
Yeah.
I don't really care. Dude, the band lasted, 2 more weeks? I knew it wasn't gonna last that long. I was like, these pictures are whack.
I didn't want to be in the picture.
Pictures are whack, bro. Who takes pictures in downtown Fresno?
Behind a stupid train.
Dude, and somebody's wife was behind us the whole time.
Oh, man.
Nah,
that was great.
That was fun times.
Do you miss those days?
I miss how do you say it? Kind of looking towards something, like kind of like, I guess you can say your dream or whatever.
Yeah. You
know, playing and stuff, like, because you guys still play. I mean, it's not like you stopped playing. You, your brother, you guys are still musicians. Nate sings. I really kind of like stopped, with all that. But
who's Nate? I don't even know.
But Nate's a good singer. We're gonna have him on the next podcast. He's gonna sing for you guys. Big old celebrity last night at the church thing. They're like, "Can we have Nate up here?" And everybody got up here.
As soon as he walked in, it's like, brother, hallelujah.
They're all like clapping for him, and
I started.
I'm not gonna lie. I was a little excited. I was like, "Hey, fist bump me, dude, so people can know I know you, dude."
I was telling people like, I used to be in that band, My Morning Rescue, and they're like, I don't know.
Hey, here's a story. When we used to play music, when we were younger in a band, one time me and this guy were walking downtown. And literally, we had nothing, like no MySpace, no nothing. And we're walking downtown, and these 3 girls are walking towards us, and they're staring at Joel.
Edit this part out.
And one of them goes, no, this was way before that. And one of them goes, oh my God, it's Joel. And we were like, you were like, is she talking to me? I was like, what the heck? And these girls literally run towards Joel like if he's like this huge celebrity. Like, can we take pictures with you? And they took pictures and just walked away. And ever since that day, we're like, who were those people? Like, had never played a show before, anything. Like, we had just started playing. I don't know if they knew you from a different church. I have no idea who they were. Like
I ended up taking pictures with them.
Yeah, you did?
Yeah, sure. Let's take pictures.
Probably thought you were somebody else. No, they knew you by name.
That's right. Yeah,
they
knew
you by Joel.
And I was like, I don't know.
Her friends, she gave a camera to her friends, and the friends took pictures of you. I was like, dude, we gotta start this band.
Yeah,
we're gonna make it.
I have to be in the pictures now.
Oh man, no, but that's what I miss. I miss just like looking towards or having that like I guess like a dream still. I guess I don't know what you would call it.
You know what? Like man, I don't regret. Like kind of leaving the band. I mean, I do. I totally do. I think about it every time, and I think about like I.
Go ahead.
Start crying.
My headphones are falling off.
No, I think about it like it was so much fun. Like playing gigs, like people kind of like oh, like you guys are so good, and it's like playing different places. But at the same time, you gotta admit we were not getting along. Like that was the main, like one of the main reasons. You know the main reason, but that was one of the main reasons. Like I just couldn't do it. I just felt like
we're all different places at that time.
I felt like a big fake person.
Oh, you're talking about like playing Christian music?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm just like we weren't getting along. Like so, the lead singer. I don't want to say like I'm not gonna give names, but
she's probably never gonna watch it, bro.
Big loser.
You can say her name. You can say her name as many times as you want. Yeah, well, she was Catholic, and we were Christian.
No, yeah. So, like, I think about it now, and I'm just like, she was. I don't know. Not just the fact that what she believed. It was just what kind of a jerk I was. I'm just like, yeah. I'm like, you're never gonna get nowhere.
Well, it's because she needed like. Well, the thing is we were all buddies. You know what I mean? So we had the way we spoke to each other. So she just, you know what I'm saying? No, I'm being serious.
No. So speaking about that. You remember that one day she told us, and it was like a epiphany for me, when she was like, "You guys are so negative."
Yeah, it's because we have that.
That stuck to me
attitude.
The rest of my life, and I even tell Nate right now, I'm like, you know what? I'm such a negative person. So my wife told me recently, she was like, "Oh, like I like this place, whatever," and I'm like, "I'll probably find something negative to say about it." She said, no. She's like, "This place is great," and I was like, "You know who we are." I'll probably find something negative to say about it.
But we do it more joking around.
No, yeah.
And that's why we do it between our circles and no one else hears us. But I don't see it as like the stuff we would talk about would be more towards ourselves, like towards the band. You know what I mean? Like And that was more. Let's just say we were more humble about ourselves. We were humble ourselves.
I wouldn't say that.
We were more humble.
I would say cocky.
Yeah, I get that. I wasn't cocky.
I'm just kidding.
But,
I don't know. I wasn't part of your band.
I was like in 2 performances. But, no, I don't know. Like I said, we were at different places at that time. Yeah. You know what I mean? I wasn't in a good place.
Do you not regret, but do you? Well, yeah, kind of. Do you regret? Like, do you wish you would have still kept going down that path, or are you happy now?
Playing music?
No, not just music, just your life overall.
Well, I can't look at. That stuff bothers me all the time.
I'm not happy at all. No,
I mean, I think about stuff like that all the time, and I'm like, you can't really think that way because you are where you are. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For a certain reason, but
so like, don't get me wrong. Like, I think about back then, and I'm like, man, I wish we were still playing now. Like, I miss that so much, but at the same time, I don't regret it at all, man. Like, so you invited me to your house. I mean, to your place over here, and it's just like, I don't know, dude. I'm really proud of you. Like, I don't want to get into.
We're gonna get emotional. We'll talk about that on another podcast.
No. But really, I'm, dude. Like, I see where you're at now, and honestly, if it wasn't back then from what we did back then, it's like you wouldn't have been here now. I wouldn't have been here now. It's just, dude.
Well, that's what I'm saying. We're all at different places in our life at the time. At that time, I was basically, you can say I was up to no good. Like, I was just doing what I was doing, and you guys were more focused on music.
I was no good.
But you get what I'm saying.
No,
like,
yeah.
I was more of your focus. You were still young. Like that's what you wanted to do. My focus, my plans kind of went different.
Such an idiot.
But now, I mean, like I said, now it's like when you get life experience, where we talk to certain people and you talk to different people, and I can kind of use what I went through now, kind of to give someone advice or something like that. I mean, it's like, I'm not saying I'm perfect or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm still struggling and stuff like that. But now I know kind of what to do, what not to go back to.
Yeah.
I know if I do something, I know myself. Like Nate was saying earlier, like the podcast. I wanted to start a podcast, so I went all out. And I was like, oh, let's do it. You know what I'm saying? Like that. And that's me with anything. If I go back and say I want to go party, I'm gonna go all in. You know what I mean? So I know myself. I know where to stop, where to what I'm saying. I know what I'm at a place I want to be at right now. Of course, I'm not nowhere near where I want to be. There's always room for improvement, of course, for all of us. But you get what I'm saying. But I don't regret a lot of the stuff. I mean, nah, I don't regret it. I guess.
Honestly, like, dude, like, I see you now, and it's just like, oh man, like, I don't want to sound like, I don't know, I don't want to sound like a dad or anything, but dude, I'm so proud of you, dude. Like, I see you now, and I'm just like,
that, Joe.
Dude, it brings joy to my heart, dude.
Yeah. Not just you too, like Juan, your brother. We all grew up together. Just seeing him, like,
I hate Juan. He's so successful. Jesus Christ! I hope you didn't bring it up. He's so successful.
No, but like Juan, like how he's done so good. Like you're married, kids now, house. Everything,
that's not success. No, I'm just kidding.
It's success in certain people's eyes.
I'm kidding.
You always have that saying, you might be at a certain place, and some people might look at you and be like, "Man, I wish I had this."
Yeah.
And then you're looking at someone else saying, "Well, I wish I had that." You always gotta kind of be grateful for where you're at. But I mean, we're all younger back then and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So.
Dude, it's just so crazy. Like, I wish I had the same mindset now when I was younger.
I'd say everybody, dude. Yeah.
I'd be the next Mark Zuckerberg.
We'd probably still be here doing a podcast.
That's true. I'd probably still be in a band.
I still want to play music one day. I mean, not like as a career or anything like that.
Do
but
you
just
still
like
play?
We did.
Do you?
I don't know. I just play right here with my little guitar.
Here and there by yourself.
Yeah.
And, I mean, so that's what I meant. But like, I miss like playing. Like, I still play here and there, but like, I miss playing. But I do not regret it at all because like, again, like with you, like you would have never been here.
Yeah.
I would have never been where I am. I wouldn't have my kids, even though like, you know what I mean? Like, I yell at my kids and I spank the hell out of them. No, I don't spank. I sock my kids. No, I'm kidding.
Well, I was gonna say but see, things are different now because like the music, you still play music, but it kind of went in a different direction. Now you do more recording. You do stuff like that with the church and stuff like that. But I'm saying, like before, we were never into stuff like that.
I wouldn't say church.
Well, you get what I'm saying. The only person who's gonna get us out of here is Nate, man, with his vocals. Nate, you're our last chance, bro. You want to be in a band?
You want to a worship band?
You can't be in the pictures though. Payback, bro. Payback. Nobody's in the pictures.
I didn't even do it.
Oh yeah, Nate's gonna be super successful. We'll have him.
Who's the hell's Nate? I don't even know who's he.
He's the voice in the background. But yeah, I don't know. Like I said.
Anyway, so conspiracy theory.
Anyways, I keep looking at this. DB Cooper. That was another conspiracy I wanted to bring up, but it's not a conspiracy. It's more of DB Cooper. He was like the most successful hijacking. I was telling you the other day because I was watching a documentary on it. This dude basically took over a Boeing. Let me see, Boeing. I don't know what it is. He took over a plane, and he hijacked. It was the most successful hijacking, over $200,000, and he put on a parachute and flew out, and never found him. So they don't know if he died. There's a conspiracy saying that he made it. People picked him up wherever he landed, and like there's a bunch of like FBI interviewed a bunch of different suspects, and like if you watch these documentaries, like. Basically, fans doing research and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And not just fans, like they have actual, important documentaries. They believe he made it. I think 8 years later, this little kid was playing in the woods in, I think it was Oregon. I'm not sure. And he came across a bag of money and the money, he opened up the bag of money, and the bills in there were the registered marked bills that they had to give the guy.
Oh wow.
So what it is that money couldn't have gotten there if he supposedly died when the day he flew out of the plane. Mm-hmm. So that just shows like it's kind of evidence that he was alive when he landed or something like that. There's like a bunch of pictures of these dudes that they really suspected were them. It's like the most obvious picture. If we find it, I'm gonna put it on here. Literally a guy walking in wearing a parachute, a briefcase, an army suit, and they're like, "No, that's not him." Literally looks like he just walked off the plane, and it's the picture like the biggest evidence they have, and they said it wasn't him. They said it wasn't him. That it was somebody else. I look for that picture. No, but if you guys have time, check that D.B. Cooper out. Remember that show Decoded on the History Channel? You remember that show Decoded?
I don't know.
It was basically that's what it was. It was on the History Channel. All they did was they looked up conspiracies. It was like this bald dude, and he had like a crew, and his crew he would send them out, and they would like look up well, that's the first time I heard about D.B. Cooper, and they did D.B. Cooper. They did Area 51. They did the Men in Black. I don't know if you know the conspiracy of the Men in Black that work for the government. They did all those. Oh, it was like a good show, and they got canceled. I don't know why they got canceled. But yeah, you guys you can actually see episodes on YouTube if you ever go back. Yeah. But yeah, what were you gonna say? No. Get ahead of myself, bro. Get excited when I talk about conspiracies.
I don't know, man. I don't know. It's just like I said. It's just so hard to believe one side or the other. I don't know. Some people
what's real,
say,
what's not.
Huh?
Like what's real, and what's not.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's always gonna be like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I don't know if you want to wrap it up. How long has it been, Nate?
56 minutes.
Dang, almost an hour, bro. We didn't talk about shit.
This was just the intro.
So now that we're done, we're gonna start the real podcast. I'll tell you, hit record right now. Yeah. So this is our episode. If you guys want to check out more, go to YouTube. I have the link on the bottom to my the link tree. It has my Instagram and my SoundCloud on there. So hope you guys thank you guys for hanging out with us, and we'll have some more episodes out soon. Check out my paper eyes and my face right here on the coffee cup. But for sure, we're gonna have Nate on here hopefully next week. We're gonna have this guy on here. He's gonna sing you guys, and he's gonna sing you guys a couple songs and show his talent off. And
we're gonna be giving God some praise.
Yeah, we're gonna praise. It's gonna be a praise and worship over here. Different atmosphere. Anyways, thanks for listening. Appreciate you guys. See you next time.